Hey guys, and welcome to the last episode actually on Demonic Realm, VanityMC for this season. We're probably going to be playing more next season as well when it resets. Probably it's going to reset like in a week or so. So if you don't know, the seasons here in Vanity for factions, they're only 3 weeks long. And like the fourth week doesn't even matter. As you can see right now, there's nobody online. So how it works is the first week is a grace period, the second week is the TNT enables, and if you manage to get like a good spot on F top, you get payout on PayPal. As you can see right here is a list. So as you can see, F top payouts. Actually, let me take a screenshot of this. I'll use this as a thumbnail. So the number one for the payouts, including both weeks, so second week and third week, gets $1,050 PayPal, $300 gift card for a bike raft. Then, oh, call is here. Hello. Then the second place gets $525 if he gets second place for 2 weeks straight. Third place gets $300 and some more bike raft. So what happened with us was that we got third place both weeks, which means we got $300 by PayPal and like $100 bike raft. Probably the bike will be used $150 bike. So probably the bike will be used in next season to get a little bit ahead on the start, and then the PayPal will be split among the members for whoever did the most job. If we do slash MC top herbalism, okay, herbalism, I'm still like the last time with 5,846 points, second place from King Spirit apparently. This guy was on one of the top faction, which gave him double MCMO most of the time. If we do slash stats, I think I have more key mine than him. I'm not real sure. Maybe he has. I have 9.3. He probably did some more. Start King Spirit. Let me see. Yeah, I have more than him, but he had the double MCMO most of the time, so that's why he's ahead of me on MCMMO. Same thing is happening on the Heroic, even though I have like 10 to 11 million maybe. MCMMO, they're still ahead of me because of the double MCMMO booster. Kinda stuck, but not much I can do about that. So yeah, this like was the intro about this. I'm gonna do a little base tour if we still have a base. I don't really know because I've not logged on for like a couple of days and I don't know what's been going on with the faction. Probably even I don't know. And I'll do a base tour. If not a base tour, I'll just conclude a little bit like of history of what happened here and yeah, plans for the next season as well. Okay, so right now we're sitting on the top of our base, which was quite big this season. It was a 15 by 15 chunk. Probably next season will be a 10 by 10 because 15 by 15 is just too much work, guys. And it's glass walls as well, so it kind of sucks. And if we actually do have top 4, that's where we're standing now, I think. Oh no, we were at top 3, but still. We apparently unclaimed the base and then reclaimed it again, so our spawn have no value, meaning that we're still having like 18 billion worth of spawners in our base, but our base is like low and top because the spawn need time to gain value. Let me show you around the walls how much you have probably seen this in the other episode, but in the meantime, I'll talk about this season, what happened and what didn't. So basically, this season was not that dynamic. We had like everything settled in the first week because in like the half of the second week, these are the walls. Like you see so many like normal walls, sand walls, obi walls, and then this is the ocean. So what happened this season was that everybody grinded hard during the somebody tried to split us, or did they? Let me see. And we grinded hard. This like it doesn't count because we never got raided during payout season. Probably the 7 after when we were not even defending. What happened was that everybody was like, actually, yeah, let's split us. Let me go in here, check out the base. PV1. Wait, let me get a OB breaker, come on. Yep. Yeah, as you can see, we still got a bunch of spawners around here. Doesn't really matter right now, but still. We managed to, not matter, but we split them up with different boxes so they were safe. This is how we played out this season. And what happened was that a lot of big factions played this season, such as Hydra, Dragons, which were tried in like a sense, but in two different places. As you can see, my frames are dropping here. in two different dimensions because they split and they still got number F top 1 and 2. We managed to get number 3 with Reapers behind us, which were like a little bit of a competition, but not really. Myth trying to get like Myth was like at the start, but they got raided very soon, very early on in the game. So after they got raided, they didn't really play anymore. They folded, so that gave us an actual easy win on F top 3. I can't really remember who was else on the competition. Let me think. Wait, if I do F top, maybe I'll remember. So Reapers, Dragons, HNG was like a little bit of a thing back then, but yeah, they were not really a competition. So basically, this season was not that hard because we didn't really have a number 3 competitor. We were probably like we were 100% getting the number 3, and actually this season was kind of hard because we couldn't compete for number 1 and 2 just because of the numbers that they had, and unfortunately we couldn't really get to that level just because we didn't have the numbers and we were and the other members didn't play as competitively as they should have, and I was probably the most competitive this season, like out of the whole faction, but still most of the guys still helped out with the base, played a lot. So yeah, I probably didn't really do much on the base. Actually, just like probably worked on one of the oceans. Yeah, probably I just did one of the oceans. The other did the whole trenching, walls, and whatever else. The other side of the ocean. So yeah, they did a bunch of work as well. Can't really take the credit out of them. But hopefully now for the next season, talking about the plans for the next season, hopefully the next season will be a little bit more dynamic, and I think it will because like a lot, I've heard that a lot of big faction will be playing. Our faction has gotten exponentially bigger, and I'm hoping it stays that way until we start playing and the guys are more competitive this time. I'm not gonna switch the faction. I'm still staying in forehead. If you think I will join like some other faction like Triad or I don't know, I'm still staying on forehead. It just feels like more familiar to staying here, more like I get more appreciated from the guys, and yeah, I'm more let's say I'm loyal to the faction. I don't want to switch it, at least for now. If I see that the faction will be like uh, splitting, I'll do something else. So yeah, that was basically it. I don't know really because this year didn't really feel much of like a competition, so it was like not really very exciting. We did a bunch of raids, we attempted a bunch of big factions, but yeah, couldn't compete with number 1 and 2, and that's what I wanted to do. We'll see this season because we have like a 40-man roster right now, and probably getting more members when the season restarts. And yeah, basically that's it. We managed to get a devil rank this season because of the monthly craze that we opened. Ended up giving it to a faction member who's gonna play with us next season as well. I'm a pretty big rank, like I'm a pretty big deal in the faction right now because like I'm still officer, but I take like still decision. I'm like a leader slash co-leader role. Okay, Miller. That's it. Recording. So yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about because I feel like the video is very short and you might get mad because I like usually keep my videos like 10 minutes plus, but there's still really not much to it. And yeah, we're gonna try our hardest next season. Oh, actually, something else that happened this year, how that the next season this doesn't happen. If you have noticed, like most of the factions in here ended up mining their spawners and keeping their value hidden. So, and only like two big factions kept their spawners up. And what I'm hoping is like what's happening on Heroic right now, that every big faction is keeping their spawners up and going in the competition with the spawners up. That gives the server more money, more TNT all the time, so you see more raids, more defenses, and I get more content basically. So yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to next season. Hopefully we will end up keeping our spawners up as well as the other factions that will compete with us will do as well. This gives us more need and more like courage to raid because we're actually going for some value instead of like going for 100 million, 200 million. We're going for 1 billion or two. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to next season. I'm not really sure what else to talk about, so I'm just gonna end the video here. Hope you enjoyed. Probably the next one will be on heroic, and yeah, I'll be here for the season 2 when it restarts.